At the end of 2011, we started to sense as a staff that God wanted to do something unusual in 2012 in a way of really walking into the cities that surround us to serve them in a tangible way. So we started praying and brainstorming as a team and know that God led us to 6 specific impact events for the course of the year, ways for us to really engage into the community and really reintroduce ourselves to the city that God's called us to serve. And so over the course of this year, we've began that process.
Our first impact event this year was in partnership with the city of Brandon. And every year right before Easter, the mayor hosts an Easter egg hunt. So we approached the city and asked if we could help this year and actually take it from being an Easter egg hunt to being an Easter egg drop, where we literally bring in a helicopter that is loaded with Easter eggs to drop out on a field for the kids to hunt. So that Thursday before Easter, we gathered at Shiloh Park here in Brandon, and nearly 8,000 people were in attendance for the mayor's Easter extravaganza and Easter egg drop. We were able to pass out 7,000 cards that were inviting people to Easter at Crossgates. So it was a great time to celebrate with the city of Brandon, as well as touch people with the love of Christ and invite them to worship services here at Crossgates.
I just want to take a minute and thank Crossgates Baptist Church and the Crossgates Baptist family for a wonderful event that we had this past Easter. The Brandon Easter egg hunt was, I hate to use the word success because that doesn't even come close. It was probably the biggest children's event that I've been a part of since I've been here in Brandon, and that's been 40 years. To work with Crossgates was a joy. The guys and the ladies bent over backwards to help us. I think it's spread the word of the gospel to the people in Brandon. It was an event enjoyed by everybody, and the advertising was just exactly what it should have been. Pastor Jet was at every function I was, and we helped spread the word, and I think that's what made it a success.
Our next impact event was with Brandon Day, and the city of Brandon asked if we would help host the Brandon Day 5K. The Brandon Fire Chief is head of the Firefighters Association for the state of Mississippi, and so it was determined that all proceeds raised from the 5K would benefit the Mississippi Burn Foundation.
Firefighters from around the state gathered and actually ran with a purpose, and then other runners came along and ran. The purpose was to fund the Mississippi Burn Foundation, and that assists families who have loved ones who have been burned from the state of Mississippi. We're so grateful. Thank you on their behalf. Thank you on our behalf. And we really appreciate you guys.
Well, the morning of the 5K was very exciting as nearly 350 people gathered together to run the 5K. And when everything was said and done, $5,500 was raised to benefit the Mississippi Burn Foundation. For our third impact event, we partnered with the city of Pearl for Pearl Day. Now last year, our choir and orchestra led worship during Pearl Day, and we had such an incredible time that we were excited when the city of Pearl invited our choir and orchestra to return to help lead worship again. The city asked also if we could help expand our influence and work with the Family Fun Zone, which was an area in the park that was filled with inflatables. We set up a cool zone with misters on it for people to be able to cool down from the hot day. We provided a large tent for people to come and sit and rest during the middle of all the activities. We had a face painting station where literally hundreds of children filtered through to get their faces painted. We also provided a place for families to be able to get their photo taken together while at Pearl Day. Now every family that came and got their photo taken received a USB thumb drive. On that included the photo that was taken of their family. We were also able to include several sermons by Pastor David. At the end of the day, after an incredible time in the Family Fun Zone, our choir, orchestra, praise team, band, and youth took the main stage to lead us in a great time of worship.
We are so appreciative to Crossgates Baptist Church for what they did helping the City of Pearl with Pearl Day. You know, I've always been a big proponent of bringing the gospel to folks however you can get the gospel brought to them. And sometimes you have to come up with creative ways to get to people that you might not ever touch. You know, we have a lot of folks that come to Pearl Day that possibly would never darken the door of a church. And I think the opportunity that we had there to reach people, both young and old, especially through the children's venue that we worked so hard on in Pearl Day, was just a wonderful way to get the message and the gospel out to people who may not ever otherwise hear it.
Our latest impact event was hosted this past week during Vacation Bible School 2012 here at Crossgates. First of all, we want to thank all of the leadership and the volunteers who made this event possible. They worked tirelessly throughout the week, and literally hundreds of lives were touched for the kingdom of God. As a matter of fact, our high attendance during the week was 721 people at Vacation Bible School. And throughout the week, nearly 70 children gave their lives to Christ. So we were truly celebrating everything that God has done during the week. Our main impact event was Family Night at Vacation Bible School, which took place on Wednesday night. It was a night of dance, of music, and a message was given for the family from Pastor David. One of our goals during Family Night at VBS was to break a Guinness Book of World Record for simultaneous fist bumps. We literally had hundreds of people in our worship center to participate in this event. We then made our way to the fellowship hall for a meet and greet time with families and their children, and we had a great time of eating Bob's frozen custard and fellowshipping together.
We have 2 more impact events this year. One of them will be this fall with our neighborhood block parties, and what we're believing God for is that we'd throw over 50 parties in different communities, cul-de-sacs, neighborhoods, and just a way for us to really engage people that we live around. This Christmas, we're going to partner with the City of Brandon over the course of a week where there's many Christmas celebrations that you're going to be able to be a part of, and we really need your help. So the last 2 impact events, really find your part inside of that. We know that God's going to do a huge thing. And remember today, when you leave, you'll read a sign that says over the door, "Now entering the mission field." So we're not just waiting for opportunities to serve at impact events. In the course of every week, we all have an opportunity to really engage the communities that God has placed us inside for the sake of the gospel. So when you leave today, remember that.